Tucker was still offsides.
What'd you say?
He was still offsides. Like that guy. But hopefully we won't be. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Raw Dogger Sportscast. I'm Sean Watson. With me always is Ryan Kessler. We are in tonight. Super excited. News was announced, what was it, yesterday? That Mike Ruty, R-U-T-Y, Mike Rutenberg is going to be the news DC of the Cleveland Browns starting this upcoming season. Any thoughts off the get, Ryan?
Another one of those where I was completely wrong.
Me too.
I thought once they had it down, they had it down to three finalists, and one of them was not in the organization. So I kind of figured that they'd end up with Tarver or I can't remember his name, the defensive back coach.
Corey Unlin.
Well, yeah. So Unlin was outside the organization, but he had some ties with Monken. Yeah. So, but hey, I had some time to look into who this guy is and what have you.
Right. So Ruty, which we'll just refer to him as Ruty until, the Browns prove us wrong as this guy.
Rutenbergstein.
Yeah. Okay. R-U-T-Y, Ruty.
Right.
Going to refer to him as that. 44 years old, a little bit younger than Tarver and Unlin. I don't know if that might have had a little bit to do with it. Also, I was thinking about this last night too, reading a little bit. He went to Cornell University, which is an Ivy League school. Andrew Berry, Harvard, Ivy League school. Don't know if that had anything to do with it. Maybe. Don't know.
I'm hoping Monken had the final call on this. It would be very. I wouldn't like it if it's the GM making the call and the coordinators.
Right.
And if that's probably the way it was during Stefanski too. So if nothing's changed there, oh boy.
Right. I agree. Now, I guess this is where it really caught me off guard. You can tell me if you thought the same thing. I was all up on in Tarver or Unlin, both last pod. I thought because of the history with Monken there, that it's probably going to be one of those two guys. And I think both those guys were the front runners. This guy was secondary, at least in our eyes. But who knows? I don't
did a
know.
hell of a job in Atlanta last year.
He did. I drilled down on a few of those numbers just to let you know. He went ahead and had a heck of a defensive squad. He was the pass games coordinator with Atlanta, correct, last year?
Yep, Passing game coordinator. That passing defense still ranked 11th in the league last year, even as up and down as they were. Now, you could say, well, yeah, but they lost to the Jets. They did. They did lose to the Jets. Goddamn Jets.
Yes, but they also beat the shit. And if you go back and look at that game, they beat the living shit out of Josh Allen in Buffalo. Okay?
Yep.
They gave that guy fits. I think Buffalo in that game had about, which I had that on the numbers here. I think it was around a little over 200 yards passing for a Josh Allen-led offense.
Right.
And that was week 6. Okay, so this was before Kirk Cousins. It was right after Atlanta's bye. Michael Penix, I'm not sold on that guy. I think Atlanta might be back to the drawing board as far as their quarterback goes. They're really kind of a situation that's like ours. We're not I don't know if they know what their quarterback.
They just have a lot more on offense to work with.
I'm sorry?
They just have a lot more on offense to work with.
The offensive weapons there are just outstanding. And just like we said before, no ill will with Kevin Stefanski going there. I can see why that job was attractive. It was also very attractive from what I heard to John Harbaugh. I know that on Dan Patrick's show, he asked John Harbaugh, who all was it, mainly Atlanta
or the Giants. And of course, he said the diplomatic thing was, well, I had an interest in a lot of these teams. But you and I both were like, even at the beginning of this, we're like, man, if he doesn't go to the Browns, the Browns weren't in the mix.
Right.
But in my opinion, before Buffalo came on board, the Giants was probably the best job that was out there. But Atlanta was up there, in my opinion, as well. You just had to get that quarterback situation correct. But now who knows what they're going to do moving forward with Michael Penix. And, Kirk Cousins is not the guy. So
wearing orange next year.
Yeah, could be. Could very well be. But just going back to that Atlanta defense, and we've been waiting for it. And I think you and I have talked about it several times. I'm like, this team is in a position right now, they could easily blow the NFC South division away, including to knock on Baker, but including Tampa Bay.
Right. I mean, I think even this coming season, even if Tampa stays a little bit healthier, I think 10 or 11 wins, you're probably going to win that division.
Right.
I think that ceiling for that Tampa team right now, unless we see some other moves in the offseason, is 9-10 wins.
Yeah.
Especially with an improving Carolina team and this Atlanta team.
Correct. And Cade Otton has, we already touched on that too, but they're tight end and kind of Baker's safety net. Not that he needs any with the wide receiver core that he has there. That guy is up on free agency. So right. I don't know, what Tampa's going to do. But that division, in my opinion, could swing to being one of the better divisions in football, although they have the history of not doing so. Where,
right.
Our division 2 years ago, our division was kick ass. And then we went from like one of the hardest divisions to one of the weakest divisions in football.
Yeah, so, and I think injuries had a lot to do with that this year. Joe Burrow doesn't go down. Lamar doesn't go down for an extended period of time. Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh. I mean, we were still bottom feeders, but
yeah.
I think next year the AFC North is still going to be a grinder.
Baltimore's I think it's always a grinder, but
right. Baltimore's going to be there. Cincinnati's going to be tough. I don't think that defense will get much better, but just trying to stop their offense and I think we'll improve.
It's hard for that Cincinnati. We've made that point before. It's hard for that Cincinnati program to get much better when you have all that money that's spread around the offensive side of the ball.
Right. They got to draft better on the defensive side of the ball, and they don't want to send out any big paychecks in free agency that way either.
Sure.
Trey Hendrickson was probably one of the very few that they spent any type of money on, and he wasn't like a break the market kind of guy either.
Right. Although I think that guy was wanting, still some top end money. He's also coming up on free agency. I saw where an ESPN writer had him possibly going to the Colts. Like that would be the best place, best place for Trey Hendrickson. But it would have to be, in my opinion, and I don't know what that guy's going to want with his agent, but it would have to be no more, I wouldn't think, than a 1-year deal. And I don't know if Hendrickson's going to go for that, but he may not have a choice.
Well, he requested a trade out of their last offseason, didn't he?
What now?
He requested a trade out of their last offseason, didn't he?
He did, and they thought it was going to happen.
Right.
And then they ended up coming back and signing him anyway.
I wouldn't mind him on the other side of Miles, but
I wouldn't either. I mean,
don't have the resources for that, I don't think, cap-wise. Everything else that we need.
Yeah. Well, and you and I both, we wanted the Browns. We need to do something with that offense. And it's going to start. And I want to see this Browns team. Let's try to do it the right way, and let's try to start building. Whether you like Shador or not, let's start with that offensive line.
Right.
And let's just start building from the ball out.
That offensive line, you got to get a wide receiver one.
Yeah.
Every team, any good team has one.
Mm-hmm.
Even in our playoff runs, I guess Amari was a one, but he's top 15 one.
Right.
Not, you really want to try to get one of the best 5 to 8 receivers in the league.
you brought up a good point. Does that guy have any left in the tank? Because remember, he decided to just go ahead and retire from the Raiders instead of facing this season, which he knew was doomed. Of course, I don't know what their rights are with him anymore. I don't know how much the guy has left in the tank. I don't know.
Not that old. He's only like 32, 33?
Yeah, I guess for a wide receiver maybe, but I don't know. I mean, it's got to be better than a Dwayne Bowe situation, right?
Right.
what isn't? What isn't? So Mike Rutenberg, like I said, Falcons defensive pass game coordinator last year. This is going to be his first shot at a DC. Both his peers, going back to Robert Saleh and not Unland, the defensive coordinator in Atlanta. I'm going to have to look him up now. I got too many guys floating around in my head. Who's the defensive guy? Yeah, right. Who is the defensive guy floating or that's the DC over there?
I can't think. Defensive coordinator. Falcons. Jeff Ulbrich.
Ulbrich, yeah. So Ulbrich basically came out and said that, hey, this guy is PhD plus level when it comes to, especially to the passing part of the defense. But he has also worked with linebackers as well. So it's his time. He's 44 years old. Other people have got in there like, well, Robert Saleh didn't want to go ahead and bring him with him to Tennessee. I don't know. He's got an all bald group going now. If you guys haven't seen, go and check out Robert Saleh's team. I don't think I don't think Ruty was bald enough to go ahead and make that transition. But I don't know. I have to get behind what the Browns decide to do, and only time's going to tell.
Yep. I mean, it's done a little bit of background on what he kind of tries to run in some of his interviews that he's had in the past. I think the only real difference I see from him and Schwartz is what he's had his slot corners do. They're more run fit.
Okay.
And Jim Schwartz was kind of, our slot corners were smaller cover guys. So if he wants a run fit guy, but I mean, we do have Martin Emerson coming back.
Right.
People say he's an outside corner, but a guy with that kind of size, he's physical. I think he would be perfect in that slot role.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just, speculation on what he's done in the past and what his philosophy is. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of change. The wide nine stuff, I mean, they did so many stunts and things down in Atlanta. I think the pass rush is going to be maybe even improved because I think there was a lot. The one thing I never really liked about Schwartz was it was just kind of a straight up pass rush. There wasn't a lot of twists and stunts with the linebackers in the line. So I think we'll get some more of that. And it may be a little bit more zone coverage with some of that, but we'll see.
Right. And, with Ulbrich saying this about him, and also Robert Saleh is definitely behind this guy,
right.
Whether he brought him to Tennessee or not, he's also very high on Ruty. So he wants, the guy's 44. He's going to get a shot. We're going to see what's going to happen.
He's got the horses.
Yeah. He's got the horses.
That's the biggest thing.
I also put that out on a post on Facebook too, is the fact that Atlanta last year only had one guy on that defensive side of the ball, and he was second year All-Pro, Jesse Bates, that came over from Cincinnati. Okay. Right. You got Myles Garrett. You got Carson Schlesinger. Okay. You got Denzel Ward, 5-time Pro Bowler.
Campbell came on.
Yeah. Tyson Campbell. You got dudes.
Mason Graham. Hopefully Malik Collins will be back.
Yeah.
He turned the 30 corner, but
and then Martin Emerson
get any kind of play. Yeah.
And hopefully he's going to have that cut ability that we always, that we kind of grew to love, because it's kind of stuck like glue, to the defenders. And you made it.
And at the very least, you get some depth there. I mean, you want to have depth at that corner position. And the one thing that Andrew Berry's done well since he's been here is had a lot of depth there.
Right.
So.
And it's not going to surprise me either. Further down the line, whether we want to see it or not, I'm sure there's going to be a corner or some kind of defensive guy that a corner
third round probably
is going to be drafted in this draft.
That's sweet spot. I think probably third or fourth round.
Yeah, right. So, all right. Anything else you want to bring up about Rudy Rutenberg?
No, I mean, it is what it is now. You can be optimistic. You can be pessimistic, but it's way too early. We'll see what the players' reaction is, and see what they start to look like once all these OTAs and things start happening. So
yeah, and once he gets in the building and he makes his presence known, and they're like, hey, Myles Garrett might write a poem about the dude,
right?
and only he can decipher because he went to Cornell. And, I don't know. Who knows? I'm just hoping that everything meshes in there. I didn't want to see anything get disrupted on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe this guy can kind of quell things, get everybody on board, and we're just going to roll with it. So, all right. I just want to go ahead and also, along with the NFL, bring in what the Dolphins are doing right now. And if you hadn't heard, they went ahead and released former Kansas City Chief wide receiver and Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill after the cheetah. So Tyreek Hill, now, in my opinion, I think I know what the Dolphins are doing here with new head coach Jeff Haley. They're trying to go ahead and get it down and make Tua's cap much more manageable, because they are about to keep, let's see here. Wanted to bring this up.
I mean, they're tanking.
Yeah, they're tanking.
That's what they're doing.
Right.
Go
ahead.
This is Jeff Hafley's first spot as a head coach somewhere.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Well, hopefully they're going to give him a little bit of leash, because what they're doing, I would not bet on them winning more than 4.5 games.
Yeah. I haven't seen what the new odds are for the Dolphins to win the division, but if I could bet against them, which I know I'm going to be giving money on that. But yeah, I would say
it'll be 4.5 or 5.5, something like
it'll
that.
Be interesting. I wonder if you can do some kind of bet as who finishes third or fourth, the Jets and Aaron Glenn or the Dolphins.
Right.
I kind of feel like the Dolphins, even with what they have going on, because the Jets, I have no idea what they're going to do now that at the number 2 spot, whether they're going to try to go ahead and get another quarterback, if they're going to move back in the draft, I have no idea.
If I was them, I'd be moving back, getting picks.
Yeah,
but they have so many picks already.
They have so many picks. I think it was like three first rounders, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, pick best available.
Right.
And I wouldn't get a quarterback either. I think I'd wait for another year on that.
Unless, and I brought this up to you before the last podcast, unless they feel that they could make a move for Mendoza and to get the Raiders to
with
go
all those picks. Yeah.
Maybe they could. And both teams need a lot of help.
Right.
I mean, you could say, hey, well, the Browns need a lot of help. No. The Raiders and the Jets, if you want to see teams that need help, those are the two teams.
Well, the Jets traded away all their good assets, so
correct. That they were in mode.
Yeah.
So, but Tyreek Hill is going to basically save the Dolphins $28.25 million in dead cap for the 2026 season. Okay, and then they also, at the same time, same day, they went ahead and released Bradley Chubb, defensive end. He was, if you remember correctly, he was drafted pick number 5, right behind where we picked Denzel Ward at 4 in the 2018 draft. This guy,
that's who.
Go ahead.
I mean, he's been banged up through his career. I remember being up in Cleveland for a watch party on that. I kind of wanted us to take him.
We losing a little Wi-Fi? Go ahead. I don't think I came through.
I was up there when we drafted Ward. Wasn't mad about the pick, but I was kind of hoping we were going to get Chubb. I thought we needed a running mate for Miles, but just hasn't been able to really stay healthy down there.
Right. And you said you actually wanted to go ahead and get Saquon Barkley.
I wanted Saquon and Josh Allen, actually.
Yeah.
But when we went Baker 1, I was like, all right.
Okay.
What else are we going to do here?
Yeah. Right. Well, and Denzel Ward has panned out for us. 5-time Pro Bowler. I mean, I I can't complain.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't mad after. I was like, well, at least I got a Buckeye.
I mean, that and more Pro Bowls than Bradley Chubb, which I could say has probably been underwhelming, which is
very much so
why he ended up being with the Dolphins and didn't stay with Denver.
And I know you can't see the TikTok chat. I don't know if you have it up on your phone or anything, but
I don't.
Cleveland Sports Stooge says Tyreek probably heading back to KC. I would probably assume that's a good guess.
Yeah, I did hear some people talking about that too.
Because they're going to get him on a good number.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would think under 15 maybe.
Well, in Kansas City, I think a lot of the mocks that are coming up, Love going for Notre Dame going to Kansas City is definitely taking a lot of traction. They need help.
The running back?
At the running back position, yeah. Because Kareem Hunt and both Kareem Hunt and Pacheco are both up as far as their contracts.
And Pacheco's good, but he's not a game changer.
Yeah, and he gets banged up. That guy runs hard.
Yeah.
He does Kareem Hunt, and I respect the guy. Out of Rutgers, huge. I mean, but he's just starting to get hurt quite a bit, and it wouldn't surprise me that Kansas City team is going to want to get younger at this point.
Right. And to even bring up Tyreek, them possibly getting a hold of him and see if he wants to come to Cleveland. I don't even think he would want to, with the quarterback situation, rest of the offense. He's going to want to go somewhere that has a chance to win some games.
Yeah.
A better chance to win some games, I should say.
Yeah. And you can make the argument, the guy's he's had his fun in South Beach. Okay.
Yep.
Let's go back. I'm ready to win a ring again, because at this point in your career, it's about legacy, right?
Yeah.
So
he's been getting banged up. So
correct.
How many more years does he really have?
And I don't know how that ACL, like I said, any team that's going to go ahead and take him is going to do their due diligence and go ahead and give him.
You would think it, 20 years ago maybe, but the way ACLs are nowadays, usually guys come back stronger. But at his age, that's I would say a little bit of a concern, but I'm sure he'll come back.
And what made Tyreek Hill was his speed. I mean, the guy is small. So if he doesn't have that kind of speed anymore, I mean, that's definitely
his shifty ability too. Like his route running was.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
elite.
I agree. But that ACL with that and his age, just like you said, can definitely, be a play on it. And we're only going to find out, but somebody's going to go and pick this guy up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is Tyreek Hill. The guy wants to go ahead and kick a few other.
I wonder what the market, what his number is going to be. You think it'd be more than 15?
Is it going to be a 1-year deal?
I would think so. I would think so. Even at Kansas City, right?
Right.
Because he's 31, 30, something like that?
Yeah, I'd have to look that up to find out exactly where he's at.
I can get it.
Yeah. And there was a time when Tyreek Hill was synonymous. He was as synonymous with Kansas City as Travis Kelce.
Yeah, he's 32.
32.
He'll be 32 in March.
All right.
Yeah, so maybe a 2-year deal or something like that. But after that type of injury, I don't know. I mean, I definitely kick the tires on it, but
sure.
I would say the probability of him.
Speaking of kicking,
I feel like
off the field
him going anywhere. I don't think it's going to be Cleveland.
Yeah, definitely not. Probably not in his wheelhouse at this moment. So
no. Anyway,
Tyreek Hill, Bradley Chubb. All right. Anything else you want to bring up about anything else in the NFL right now?
Well, with the Miami situation, I think with what they're doing, they were kind of the favorites to grab Malik Willis. I don't think that's the same. I don't think that's in the plans as much anymore. So if you're tanking, why are you going to go out and sign a $50 million quarterback?
Uh-oh. A little bit of skippage on the Wi-Fi again, I think.
That's definitely you.
Okay. Well, it's on me. Sorry, folks. All right. So you're hearing yourself fine. All right. So Jalen Waddle's still there, right?
Right.
And Devin Ashton is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That Miami defensive line's still pretty good, despite Bradley Chubb. But yeah, the whole Tua thing is, and we can't say any much being Browns fans with, I know we have another year of Watson, but
I'm just like, if they thought Malik Willis would be the addition they need to be competitive in that AFC East, you really going to let all these other guys go?
Right. And Malik Willis is going to get big money.
It's 20 to 30 a year, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to get some
only reason I bring that up is kind of a prototype type guy for Monken.
Mm-hmm.
If, I think we should build around Shador, but if they make a move like that, guy's young, he looked really good in the handful of starts he had. I think that window opens up a little bit more with what Miami's doing, because I thought that's where he would go with the Halfley connection and all that.
Well, and all the sports pundits are talking about, Malik Willis, whatever. Is he the hot commodity right now? Yeah. I mean, he's the hot guy right now. Right. Still, and nothing against that or anything, coming from Liberty. I know at Tennessee, who originally drafted him, didn't look great there. Of course, probably a project. Going to Green Bay, though, and with their track record and developing quarterbacks,
right? He played some pretty big spots.
Yeah, he was. Bears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to win for them to get to the playoffs.
Correct.
Cleveland Sports Stooge, do you think C.J. Stroud talks are true? And if so, do you think Cleveland would make an attempt?
We talked about this. I mean, you and I just on the side, we talked about, whether this might be a good move.
If you're going to make a trade, I'd rather make that trade than trade for Mac Jones.
Right.
What's the compensation, though?
Correct. Well, here's the thing with C.J. Stroud, though. You also have to remember the Texans don't have to pay him yet.
Right.
In my opinion,
we wouldn't either.
It's to see what this guy does and then talk about pay next year.
Right.
So, but C.J. Stroud and his agent may not be wanting to see that either.
Well, but if they want to get off of him, and again, this would be another Houston trade for a quarterback. He is on a cheap deal, so that's something you could do financially.
Correct.
And what is the market for him? I mean, maybe does a first next year do it?
Mm-hmm.
If it's only one first round pick and maybe a third or fourth or something tacked on there,
mm-hmm.
I'd be pretty open to it.
So are you saying that you would go ahead and give up like our 24 to get CJ Stroud?
No, next year. I wouldn't give up anything this year.
Gotcha. Nothing this year, though.
No, maybe a second rounder this year or something like that. I would.
Okay, just to kind of sweeten the deal a little bit.
Yeah. But if you're giving a second this year, maybe it's only a second and a fourth next year.
And we don't know what's going on with CJ Stroud. I mean, the guy couldn't hold on to the football either. I mean, he had 4 picks in that playoff game against New England. But let's be honest, that offensive line is absolute garbage for Houston. I mean, really, kind of where the Browns are.
Well, and he was rattled after that Pittsburgh game. They were getting absolutely destroyed. Up front in that game.
Yeah.
And he'd probably come here. There'd be some of those issues as well. But sometimes a change of scenery can reignite a career like that. Obviously, he's been able. Before that end stretch there, he was like one of the best guys in the league.
Especially his rookie season. His rookie season was just like boom, and then hit the sophomore, then the third year, and it's like, in my opinion, he doesn't have a leg to stand on to try to get extended right now. And if I'm Houston, I'm not doing it.
Right. Yeah, they would 5th-year option him.
Yeah.
Which do they have to do that this year? Or next year?
It's next year. So they don't actually have to even make a decision on that. They can wait.
Yeah, I mean that to me because that to me, why wouldn't you do that if you could get if the compensation isn't absolutely ginormous?
Yeah.
Especially if you can get it done without trading a first rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have to pay him. Well, I think it's usually it's right $10 million next year, and then even on the 5th-year deal, it's like 20. We've been paying Deshaun $50 million a year to sit on his ass.
Right. And we're going to come off that. We got one.
And we're going to come off that. And, it's not like he's that type of, you'll have 2 years to kind of make that decision while you're building around him.
Right. Right.
So I would be open to it, but I think you have so many moving parts there, and does Houston really want to? They're kind of in the spot where they're playoff ready every year. Do they want to make that change now? I don't know.
Right. And with the quarterback class the way it is,
I would almost think that you would have, if they're going to do that, you'd probably almost have to give 6 up for that.
Right. Yeah. So I don't
now that would be a discussion. I would have to see them make some moves in free agency, and hope to God that 24 pick goes to a wide receiver that can be a weapon.
Right. Which we know it's loaded. Pro Football Focus top 100, right? Mel Kiper's big board. He's got 18 wide receivers in his top 100. So, I mean,
yeah, I'm more warming up to that.
Yeah, but
I haven't heard anything though on trade rumors on that. But if it does, I think the closer we get to the draft, you might start to hear some things about that.
I just wouldn't want to bring CJ Stroud in and just have an absolute shit offensive line, because the guy's not going to be. It's not going to be getting any better.
Right. I mean, you have to make some moves there. Probably put 2 top 3 or 4 round draft picks on that offensive line, or free agent, and bring a couple of the other guys back. As long as you have a middle of the road offensive line, I think it'd be all right, because you have a good running back. I know there's some injury concern there with him, but it would be, with our defense, I think it would be a decent situation for him. But
yeah, I don't think the situation's much better in Cleveland it right now than what he would have in Houston.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what the Browns.
He's had success there in Houston the last 3 years,
and he has, right. So, and do we really want to go down the road not to say anything? Another Houston quarterback? I don't know.
That's what I said at the beginning.
Yeah, right.
There would be some definite tension from the fan base on that, but
there's always going to be
situation pending. I would be open to it if everything else around it worked the way it should in free agency, and then what they were able to do in the draft. But no more trading away 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Anything else on the NFL? Anybody else in the chat on that? I should have brought the TikTok chat up personally on my own. But. Okay, the other thing, this is an interesting story. I just heard about this yesterday. I decided to dive in on it a little bit. But, of course, the Winter Olympics are going on right now. Go Team USA, as always. I think Norway's leading the gold medals at this point. And why wouldn't they? I mean, it is the Winter Olympics. This is what these guys do for fun. They drink and they cross country ski everywhere in the country of Norway. Nothing against any of that, but interesting story here. So go ahead if you want to go ahead and bring up that graphic with the young lady there, Ryan. I don't know. Did I send you that one over?
Oh, the young lady one?
Yeah, let's bring that over first. Bring that up. So apparently they are out of condoms in Italy for the Winter Olympics. Athletes have used up all of the 10,000 condoms given out in just 3 days. Past Olympics have given out up to 300,000 free condoms. And Ryan and I were talking about that. I said, what would be really interesting to find out is if those condoms had an Olympic wrapper on them that had the 5 circular colors. That would be an all-timer. And there's
framing that.
That came out about it. And she said that that people were picking them up as souvenirs. Now, the interesting thing about this is that this is one of the least amount of condoms that they've ever given out at the Olympics. They started doing this at the Seoul Olympics back in 1988. Of course, you had the whole HIV/AIDS epidemic in the 80s. It was kind of a big thing. I'm sure it was, bringing, these countries together. But we went ahead and had AI go ahead and do condoms distributed on a graph so you guys could kind of see this. Like I said, starting in 88 to 2026. And if you guys are able to kind of see what's going on here, the least amount is in 2026. And the bell curve, you need to see it. It's really incredible. There it is. I mean, the line graph is just
that just gets really, really strong at the tip.
just a sudden drop off.
Just the tip. See how it feels for a second. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't know exactly why there's the least amount of condoms. They also, Olympic Committee came out and said that they were going to go ahead and replenish the amount of condoms they were out and around in Olympic Village in Italy. I haven't heard whether that's actually happened or not. A lot of mingling, if you will, going on.
A lot of what have you.
Going back to 1988. So, I mean, I could see it. You got a lot of young athletes from all over the world. You got, the Swedish team coming in. You're just some American speed skater is like, oh.
Is powerlifting, that's not a.
No, powerlifting's Summer Olympics, right?
Is it summer? Okay.
Okay, but I see where you're going with that. I mean,
well, just testosterone out the yin yang. So
that too. Well, you can't tell me this U.S. hockey team who's just been killing people.
Oh yeah,
hasn't had their share of those condoms already.
Right. Just out there slinging ropes, brother.
Anyway, I just thought that was an interesting story. Least amount of condoms ran out, souvenirs, people picking them up, may not even be using them. Yeah, they're souvenirs.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. They may be.
I would think so. But hey, if not, good for you.
Good for you.
Got to keep these latex businesses up and running. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's funny. I wonder where the actual condom supplier is coming from. Is there a problem with getting the condoms into Italy? I didn't look that up. Maybe I should have dove into that a little bit.
For some reason, that just reminded me of a Seinfeld episode where he's a latex salesman or whatever. I can't remember that.
I know what you're talking about. Though.
Yeah.
All right.
Or Vandalay. There you go.
Vandalay.
Maybe Vandalay Industries is down.
There it is. All right. One last thing you kind of want to bring up tonight. Also, a friend of ours on the podcast. I work with her, a good friend of the podcast. She won a Mike Tyson autographed glove. I grew up with Iron Mike. I remember all those first round just kick-ass shots. And my parents were like, yeah, well, that guy's not Muhammad Ali. Say what you will. Anyway, Brandy has this right now. I told her I would go ahead and put it up on the podcast. If anybody's interested in this, feel free to message either Ryan or I. But it is a certified Mike Tyson glove. It was not used in an actual boxing match. But if you want to cross-reference this, it is a really good price. $150 is what she's asking for it. It's got a little bit of scratches on the, on the actual case, the display case. Who cares? I mean, I told her.
It's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's Mike Tyson, man. I mean, this is.
Only go up in value.
I mean, this is just pretty crazy to me. Huge, her and her husband, both huge Chargers fans. No ill will against the Chargers. And Justin Herbert. I mean, to have a guy like that and continuously can't seem to get it done in the playoffs. My heart goes out to them. Let's make their day a little bit brighter. If anybody wants to go ahead and take a shot at this Mike Tyson autographed glove, JSA certified, reach out to Ryan and I, and we'll go ahead and relay the message over to Brandy and see if we can go ahead and get this sold for her. So,
absolutely,
yeah. Anyway, if you want any other pictures of that, I'm sure I could go ahead and get some for you as well. Anything else, Ryan, you want to go ahead and bring up tonight?
Yeah, just a reminder about our new Discord group,
Yes.
the community that we have created.
Mm-hmm.
The link is in the description. Sorry, I just got an email.
Oh, that's all right.
links into the description. Once you get in there, you have to answer a few questions. Just make sure we know you're not a bot. But in there, we want everyone to come in. There is an NFL chat room, a Browns chat room. We'll expand it, but there's some. We used to do Crying George segments. We're going to be bringing that back.
We would love that.
We'd love to see some fans send in some good CJs or some ideas that we could make one for you.
Yeah, please send in the ideas. We'll take care of the hard work.
And we'll share that during our segment, our weekly segment there, with your handle and all that good stuff. So all of the rules and everything is in there. We also have a spot in there where if you want to come on the show for 5, 10, 15 minutes and go and talk about a segment, some ideas of anything that you have going on in the NFL, NBA, whatever, that'd be like $5 just to join the show with us. We'll do that weekly. So it's a good place to have that there, but it's just a good place to have a community, go in there, talk some shit. You don't have to be a Browns fan, but hopefully we can fill it up with some Browns fans. So just trying to create a community there and kind of build up on that. So feel free to join that Discord for free. Share it with your friends so we can start getting some content. It'll help us kind of know more of what you guys want to hear our analysis on as well. So feel free to get in on there. We're also going to be doing Sean's idea about all-time teams, football teams from movies, so a fictional team. So all the rules are in there, and there's going to be a payout for the winner once we get enough people in on that. So that's a good place to get your information filled in there. But yeah, I think that's about all I have on that.
Okay. And we really appreciate it. Since really kind of starting this back up and everything, Ryan and I kind of been overwhelmed as the amount of people and the amount of analytics, the traction that we're getting with the podcast again. We really appreciate, and everybody that's been here since day one, we appreciate you guys. But get in that Discord. I'm not, Ryan had to go ahead and give me a tutorial about Discord. Definitely an older type guy. But I've fooled around with it a little bit. And if you want to go ahead and get in that, help us out. Get over on YouTube also. Sometimes we will go ahead and put some different content on YouTube. On YouTube than you're going to see on TikTok. Help us out on all of our socials, whether it be Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube, and get in that Discord. So like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything to get on the Discord either. You can just go ahead and get in there and share
the stream. We try to post news up, some funny articles and pictures, CJs, those types of things. So and definitely appreciate all the traction.
I don't care if you just like and subscribe and share it to one of your friends and say, look at these two dipshits. Right. I mean, we're already low of the low. I mean, we're Browns fans. I mean, we're born this way. So we should play a little Lady Gaga segment back in there. Anyway, best of luck to Ruty as a new defensive coordinator. And let us know what you think. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Let us know what you think about the Browns hire for the defensive coordinator, if it kind of caught you off guard or not. So, all right, Ryan, with that, anything else you want to go ahead and bring up?
No, sir. I think we're good.
All right. All right, guys.